Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba, the death trap, the death trap. There it is.
There it is. We're back.
Death Trap, episode 21. We can drink now.
Dude, this is a Tim Duncan episode.
This is the Tim Duncan episode.
Yeah, dude.
This has to be the best episode ever now.
Yeah, and this is also no filler, no fluff. This just has to be by the books, a solid episode.
A solid episode.
That's Tim Duncan, dude.
Tim Duncan.
Timmy D.
We're going to grab some boards.
We're going to grab some shots.
We're going to be the 20-10 guy
Yeah.
for a 5-time championship squad.
We're going to put up an insane stat line, but people are still going to like other players better because they, can dunk.
Yeah. Well, Duncan.
Tim's Duncan. Who's Duncan?
Tim, not Duncan.
Tim, not Duncan.
Tim putting up points and getting boards.
He's like one of my favorite basketball players of all time
Mm-hmm.
because not only is he just like a monster in the game, but his voice is hilarious. I don't know if you've ever heard him talk.
Yeah.
He's just like, we played a good game.
Yeah. He comes across like a pussy.
Yeah.
And then you see him on the court and you're like, oh, no.
He's a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, what's his name? The head coach of that team?
Greg Popovich?
Yeah. Coach Pop. I think he likes a lot of soft-spoken boys.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to draft guys that like look really tough and then like talk goofy.
Yeah.
Like Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
He had him for a while. Tony
Kawhi's
Parker.
laugh is insane. Like,
It's
sounds like a dying elk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like someone's like, hey, what do you think a laugh sounds like? And he's like, a what? Can you use it as a sentence? And they're like, ha. He's like, ho.
Have you ever been happy, Kawhi Leonard? He's like, I have experienced happiness.
Mm-hmm. He won a ring. He's got to be happy.
And
At least
won
in that
two.
moment. Yeah. I mean, he won that one in Toronto.
Yeah.
He won that ring. The rest of those
Kyle
boys
Lowry.
was there for the ride.
Kyle Lowry is king.
Huh?
Kyle Lowry, king. Kyle Lowry was the point guard on that team.
Yeah.
He's my king.
Okay. Of what?
Toronto.
Okay.
Basketball.
So he's your king of Toronto basketball?
Yeah, or DeMar DeRozan.
Or DeMar DeRozan.
Or Vince Carter.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is going nowhere. Episode 21 of the Death Trap. You guys,
Bing bong.
you get what you pay for. These
And
ones are free.
to be fair, nobody pays besides one person.
Bingo boingo.
Bingo boingo.
You goddamn right.
You're goddamn right, motherfucker.
Dang, dude. Having a good week?
It's all right.
It's cold. Everybody's
It's
cold
fucking
out there. It's cold. You know what I mean? Every day is
Dude.
just like, hey, just a reminder, climate change isn't real. Okay, they're called seasons. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever just, it's like really cold out and then like all you see on the news is like, and then like when it's warm out and there's wildfires, everyone's like, oh, see, it's hot. And you're like, yeah, and then it's going to get cold.
There was like somebody today.
People
like,
are stupid.
There's a young person today that was like, I can't. They were like, I want climate change because it'll be warmer in the winter. And I'm like, but do you know how hot it's going to be in the summer? I'm like, that's a young man's game. Think it through.
And it's extremes on both sides.
Yeah.
So it is just going to get colder. It's not going to be what you want. It's never what you want. You know what I mean? Like you can think about it however you want, but like the winters are going to be like -40 for everybody. No one's cars start. The trains are frozen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's mayhem when it gets too cold.
I miss like having my truck and like popping it in 4x4 and just like driving past cars and being like, you stupid bitch.
You stupid motherfucker.
You stupid slut.
I liked having like
To
my
men, mostly.
little,
Yeah.
the Death Trap.
Oh.
My little Pontiac G6. I liked having that thing and like never getting stuck and just like knowing how
'Cause
to
it was
be a
light.
good driver.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like you just don't do like dumb things. So like I used my driving expertise.
Your driving brain.
Yeah. Well, I had a 4-door 1991 Lexus LS 400 before that.
I've heard you talk about this car enough that like it must have been something
It
special.
was the best, but it was
Yeah.
all rear wheel drive. So in the winter when it would get it was just a big boat,
Just doing
real wheel.
donuts?
Dude, it sucked. I would get like trapped. I'd have to like dig the back out. Yeah, it was a huge car, but you had to have like a shovel in the back. It was a lot of work. Cool car though.
I had that Mazda in Lakewood, and I would always do that thing where I'd be like, hey, if it snows real bad, guys, like let's try to shovel the driveway before you drive over the snow. Because when you don't, it creates those like ice tracks in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And the driveway was at like an angle, so when you would hit it, you would just slide off the driveway. It happened all, like you saw that driveway. Both sides of the driveway were just divots from people sliding into the grass.
Literally.
And so like there's like one dude who had like just the only dude with a 4x4 car would just do it every time it snowed.
Mm-hmm.
And I got stuck multiple times. Everyone else got stuck. And it's just so annoying. But then when I got that truck, I was like, well, fuck that. He didn't have a truck anymore, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And he would be like, hey, man, do you think we could shovel? And I'd be like, fuck you, dude.
Nope.
Fuck you so hard. Because when it was him with the thing, he
Yeah.
was like just torching everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I had the truck, I was like, you don't like it, do you?
Wow.
You don't like it when...
What a solid metaphor for American politics these days. You know what it is? Nobody wants to work anymore.
Nobody ever
wants to
wanted
shovel
work.
the driveway. Everybody just wants to keep backing their car out, and
They don't understand the common
nobody
good.
wants to help shovel.
Nobody gets the common good anymore.
We're in a lot of shit, and no one wants to grab a shovel.
No. Dude, I'm so tired of it.
I know. It's so cold.
We're literally all in a snowstorm and no one wants to grab a shovel is like the perfect metaphor for just Americans in general.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to work today. Why would I grab a shovel?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's like, because you have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, how bad? Can I ask you like a serious question? Because I think about this.
Yeah.
I think about this a lot when people
Drizzle me in it.
say they're gonna like leave the country, or like they talk about like people coming into the country. How bad? Just a question. How bad would like it have to get in America for you to actually just like do like what like a lot of migrants do and like just start?
Leave?
Yeah, but leave, but start walking. Like, how bad would it have to get here for me and you just to be like, dude, we have to get to Canada and be like, oh, we'll take the. We can't.
I feel like
we're walking.
Because it's tough. Because it's like one of those things where it's like I feel like there'd have to be some type of like catastrophe where like America loses their infrastructure.
Yeah.
So like, if there was like a terrible catastrophe and like America lost literally power.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe there was some type of EMP and like cars didn't work anymore.
Yeah,
that would probably like Canada would have to deal with a lot of it. But
yeah,
it's hard to envision a scenario where that doesn't affect Canada as well. You know,
I mean, we could take like a direct like bombing from like another country or something weird. You know what
but
I mean?
If we were at war too, I'd get like army brain probably and be like, I want to fuck these guys up.
Yeah, but
you're trying to fuck with freedom, brother? Not on my watch.
Yeah, but are you eligible?
Yeah, I'm 31 and I'm a man.
Oh, yeah. I think 36 is like 36 or 37 is like your last year of eligibility.
But if we got invaded, they'd take everybody.
Dude, you think that if they let me back in, oh my God.
You know that. Like if somebody invaded U.S. soil, they'd take anybody.
I would, oh my God. I'd be back in a heartbeat, dude.
They'd be like, your trigger finger works, son?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, oh, it works good. Pop, 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 pop.
Yep. I'd be like, dude, you just tell me. Show me on a picture what their uniform looks like, and I'm in.
Yeah.
I got it. Because if it's end of times, dude, like if you do live, you get to come home and we could be heroes.
We could be heroes just for one day.
And then tried for war crimes.
I will be king.
We could be he.
And you will also be king.
Your Honor, I thought I had the uniforms right.
And nothing.
Your Honor, I didn't predict them killing our guys and putting on their uniforms and really confusing the shit out of me.
And nothing will tear us away.
I didn't know we had undercover boys on the other side. I'd go by uniform.
We could be heroes.
Your Honor, I have immunity.
Just for one day.
Your Honor, I didn't know the gun was loaded.
I didn't know the gun was loaded. It's such a funny excuse for like murder.
In war?
Just any like kill. Like you're telling me the gun with bullets was loaded?
So
you're crazy.
Your Honor, without getting into too much detail, I'm a guy that prides himself on knowing the weight of a gun with or without bullets. I believe in between me having the gun in my hand and pointing it at him, he
shot himself.
Switched the gun and put a bullet in it and then gave it back to me. And he's dead now. So we can't ask him. You kind of have to go with my word.
And hear me out. I didn't see him do it. So we may be, this is going to sound crazy, Your Honor, but we may be looking at a super speed situation here where he wanted to die and he used his superpowers to load the gun because he couldn't live with being the only one that had super speed.
Your Honor, I think a medal is actually in in order here. I think I deserve a medal. He could have had super speed and
whatever you got lying around. I'll take a Purple Heart.
I'll take that hammer.
I'll take whatever you got, Your Honor. Thanks for your time.
Did you see that video of that guy jumping at the judge? And,
Yeah.
spearing
the one
her?
that. Yeah.
It got me thinking. You think? And I know this. We're a few minutes in to the podcast. This is gonna get not dark. It's just like a curiosity because
Get deep.
well, there's no we've only had cameras and stuff for so long. You think a judge has ever been beat with their own gavel, or a judge
100%.
or a judge has had to beat a suspect with
100%.
a gavel?
You can't tell me that back in I don't even want to say medieval times, just more primal times when there was some type of declaration, somebody killed the judge or ruler, and then they were just well, I guess we follow him now. It's happened in movies for sure.
Yeah, you just bop him on the head.
I mean, who's the president? That Andrew Jackson, where he beat a dude in court with his cane.
Oh,
you remember that?
Yeah,
he was in court.
I don't remember who, but yeah, it's a president.
I think it was Andrew Jackson, but it was. I could be wrong. I think Andrew Jackson in court beat the guy that was suing him. They were all right, we're here to talk about the law. And he was hold on, I got to fucking kick the shit into this guy first. And then I think that ended it. And they were just all right, well, you got him.
Do you want to continue with the charges? He's no, I think I'm beat up.
And he was old when he did it too. It was his walking cane.
God.
And he just was come here, young blood. Just popped him a couple times.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Andrew Jackson calling people young blood in 1867, dude. That's my guy.
That's why he's on the 20, dude.
That's why he's on the dude, he is horribly racist.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the worst.
He's the one that was the big hypocrite that was I think the slaves should all be free. And then, but he left them to his wife and then didn't do anything about it. He's after my wife dies, we'll free ours. Yeah. When we don't need them anymore.
We're working on it.
What about the crops?
Andrew Johnson was the worst one. He's do you know anything about him?
No.
So he was Lincoln's, I think you'll think this is interesting. So Andrew Johnson, Lincoln's vice president. And that was a time when...
Hey, wait.
Yep.
Okay, go.
I don't like that. I don't know why you did it.
I was having a debate in my head, and I don't know if you want me to say it out loud or if you want me to...
Go for it.
Do you want me to, possibly cut it? Or
you can't stop.
Well, it has to do with, commentary on what we're doing on the episode right now.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You don't like it?
Well...
You want me to change the topic?
I don't know. Maybe we should. Maybe we should go down a different road. I just think... So here's my thought. And I get really weird about stuff, and I know there's no way to avoid this, and I think I'm having a case of... The Simpsons did it with...
Did what?
In my head, because I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
And I listen to, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, and they did, a 3 or 4 part episode with Louis C.K., and they talked about all the presidents. I know, but I just got in my own head about it, and I didn't want the listeners to think that we just listen to their podcast, and then we just do everything they do, since they really did. Our setup's remarkably similar. As far as us sitting on a couch, and I just I think I was high, and I felt really, really bad about what we were doing for a second. And I shouldn't have just...
What the fuck just happened? Did I just watch you have a meltdown a little bit?
I think I just got really emotional.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to, because it was
me.
very...
That never happens.
I know, I had to I thought I was about to have an anxiety attack.
Whoa.
So I was I think, oh my God, all the listeners are going to hate us. And normally, my casual attitude towards the listeners is I love them all. We need them all. I want them to tell everyone to listen. But if they also don't have time to get to it, I understand. But I just got very emotional that one of them might just go, it's too much like this. You don't have to listen to it. This, and then I just got so emotional. But I had imposter syndrome. Please tell me about Andrew Johnson now.
Dude, what a wild... I kind of want to talk about everything that just
I just had
now,
such imposter. I think I'm just having a lot after getting that job today. I just feel I feel I put the nail in the coffin to my free time.
A little bit, yeah.
And my chances of there's nothing to do now. I think
You can always quit though.
Once I make enough, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Honestly, I was thinking about doing it, and I hope they're not going to watch. I think I'm going to do it for a month and then quit.
That's the move.
We fucking figured it out.
That's why, like, what you were like today, I don't like to like tell people how to think. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but also I might need it for like a long term. You never know.
You don't know, but like.
Also, I could just be a good
then
server.
You don't maybe need the other job for.
I was about to say, what if I just start crushing it, and then they're like, "You want to do this?"
Yeah.
And then, boom. Or I get that other one because
And
I
then we're
literally
good
just
either way,
interviewed
yeah.
the other day, and then I'm gravy for like life.
Man, what a peek behind the curtains everybody got.
Oh yeah, they don't see. The thing is, like, people
Yeah.
think that we just run this like super successful podcast.
They think it's all
Yeah, they think it's
peaches
like
and gravy.
they think it's a bit that like we really are like down to earth two guys just
Two
trying to
just
make it.
Highly successful, wealthy, independently guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done okay. Podcasting, got it. We're successful.
Yeah.
We did it.
And it's the Cadillac of podcasts.
It's the death trap.
It's the death trap.
One day we will have enough money to pay a graphics and sound person to do.
You know
like
what I
a
just want to pay
skirting
with our
car
pod?
and like.
It's like, dude, I was thinking, like, if we make enough money,
Mm-hmm.
if we make enough money to afford
If.
death, when? You're right. When we make enough money to afford death trap tattoos, I'll get one. And that's a promise to you, the listener. Subscribe.
Me too. On my calf.
Ooh, that's where I was going to get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want
Yeah.
a calf tattoo really bad.
Yeah. It'd be a good one, right?
It's gonna be good. Well, I want it so that when I'm like 60 and like my legs don't work, I just want to like look at it and be like,
When your legs
the
don't
fucking
work
death
like
trap,
they
dude.
used to. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen that viral video? Dude.
Is that the one where the girl gets like homecoming queen or prom queen and they
And
play?
she's in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And it's like the homecoming king and queen. One of them's in a wheelchair, and then the DJ's first dance song it just starts too because there's no like build up in that song. It just starts.
Yeah.
And it's just like when your legs don't work like they used to before, and like you hear the crowd in the video be like, "Oh no!"
Dude, that DJ like probably
That DJ.
lost a lot of business, but gained a lot of
Yeah.
business too.
Dude.
There's a bunch of people probably like, that's the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're like, "Are you a good DJ?" And he pulls his phone out and just like pulls that video up, and they're like, "Oh my bad, I didn't know you were the best DJ."
8.5 million views, and they're like, "Is that for you? Is it for the
Dude.
mess up?" So yeah, so people think we're just successful and whatever,
Yeah.
and we just throw money around. But life is fun, and we're working at it,
C'est la vie.
and yeah, so we're just trying to make it out here in New York, and it's fun. It's a good time.
It's not.
Yeah, but it's a good time.
You know what? Like, it is a good time. But you know what's been stuck in my head all week too? It's like a parody song that I made for myself, and I keep singing it when I get too cold outside.
Yeah.
Is I really do keep doing the like, it's winter in New York. My dick went inside of my body. I can't feel my butthole. It's winter in New York, New York, New York. Dude, it's like I've been doing it so much that I don't even think I know any other songs.
Nice.
It's just that and Bob Seger.
It's winter in New York. My dick went inside of my body.
I can't feel my butthole. It's winter. It's weird that your asshole gets numb. I know this is a gross topic and we're better than that, but it is something I noticed the other day.
It is absolutely. I was literally going to call you out and say
Yeah.
something. That does not happen to me.
No, me neither.
Is that like really something that your butthole gets numb?
It got like a little, yeah, dude.
How?
Because it was cold. I was stomping around New York. My asshole got cold.
I don't wear boxers and my butthole's not getting cold.
Sorry, you've got the fucking hottest hole in New York, but my butthole.
I feel like, well, I do have like I feel like my butthole's lower down than most people's, but
What the fuck is that? It's in your gooch?
yeah, I feel like it's like closer to my gooch than most people's. A
You're
lot of
shitting from your thighs?
kind of. A lot of women have said that it's lower than normal.
A lot of women?
Yeah,
Like ones you've dated or just in like
the ones poking around down there.
Okay, I thought you were just like, hey, come take a look at his asshole.
No, that part I am joking about, but it is funny. I do. Sometimes
So-
I do think mine's lower than everybody's, but it's not something you can go around and just like ask everybody.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I pride myself. A woman has never seen my asshole.
Really?
No,
Oh.
that's for me.
A lot of women have seen my asshole.
No, what do? You bend over, spread them, and you're just like, gaze. You look between your own legs, and you're like, look at it. I don't know how you would show them. I've never showed a woman.
I've had women like just
Look
get
at my-
curious and want to look at it.
Really?
Yeah, like when like you're dating someone, they'll just be like, "Can I see your butthole?" And you're like, "Yeah."
I've never had. You know, it's like I've had women ask before. That is like a curious weird thing. Is like they want to see me pee standing up to see how it works.
I don't think I get that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Twice.
Okay.
Twice.
How old of women are you dating? That they don't know how it works down there.
Well, the first was my college girlfriend.
I'd like to see how it works down there.
First was my college girlfriend, and then like
Makes
the other
sense.
one was like when I lived in Lakewood. Somebody was like, "Let me see how that dick works."
Oh, well, that ain't bad.
Yeah, it ain't
The way you
bad.
say it, they might have had like some kind of drinks in them, or was it sober?
The college
Let me
girlfriend.
see how this- No, the second one.
Yeah, so for the most part.
Really?
It's also weird because if you've been to my apartment in Cleveland, it was so small. So like the bathroom was so small that it was like her trying to peer over my shoulder thing, which I hated it.
Why didn't you just? Because from your bedroom, you could like stand like in front of the toilet, and she could have like sat in your bed.
I don't
and
know,
watched.
man. I don't fucking.
She
know.
could have sat in your bed and watched.
Well, at that angle, you don't really see. Yeah, maybe. I don't. We don't need to get into it. I kind of regret bringing this up.
Oh, you ever pee on a lady?
No.
Not even in the shower with her?
No.
Really?
No. Piss is for the toilet, Joe.
All right.
I'd never piss on. This is a promise to the listeners. I would never piss on a lady. I'm not a fucking monster.
Do you ever pee in the shower?
Yeah.
Gross.
You do.
I don't.
You told me to pee in the shower.
In that shower?
In any shower.
You should.
You said pee in the shower because I like to put my face at the bottom like it's Saltburn.
You should what?
You Saltburn me.
I did.
Fucking.
You should pee in the shower so you can save a flush. You're already in there.
Yeah,
don't
that's what I'm
like
saying.
use the bathroom and then flush. We're trying to prevent these cold winters, but
Okay.
everybody pees and then
So you know what I found out? Because I was like listening to something that drove me nuts.
yeah.
This is true too. Is you're not supposed to pee in the shower actually.
Why?
Because this woman that was like, I think it was a podcast, but she like is a whatever human body. She knows the body.
Yeah.
What's the penis one? Urology?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Urologist.
She was saying that when you pee in the shower, you're enforcing, you're like Pavlov's dogging yourself to say that every time you're wet, you have to pee. So then like that's like one of the reasons you get in a swimming pool and have to pee immediately is because you're used to peeing in the shower. So that your body thinks that like, oh, when my like skin and back and everything get wet, I have to pee. So you're like training yourself to piss. And she's like, that's not healthy because you might not actually have to pee. You're just doing it because you're in the shower.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I know that, but what are you doing?
I'm looking it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just didn't believe me?
Well, it doesn't say anything about that.
I heard it.
It doesn't say anything about that. This is the practice of urine therapy in which a person consumes their own urine or applies it to the skin can be seen in cultures around the world.
I think you're looking up the wrong thing, buddy. You're talking about putting piss on your skin. I'm talking about peeing in the shower.
I'm talking about
You just want to piss on somebody is what it seems like.
myself.
You want to piss on yourself?
I don't mind it. Sometimes I pee on my feet just to get rid
episode.
of
What is
athlete's
this
foot.
episode?
What?
What is this episode?
This is actually kind of a fun one.
This is a ridiculous one. It started weird.
You're the one talking about your butthole about that song.
Dude.
About your butthole gets numb in the cold. No
Yeah,
one's
it does.
butthole gets numb in the cold.
It's because maybe your cheeks are too close together. I don't fucking know.
Can you know how far we've fallen? We started
The last
off-
episode was so good.
No, not that one. That one was great. I think this episode's actually good too. But the first episode where we like had like a debate about like who
Billy Joel and 311.
Joel and 311, and now we're like, no, your butthole doesn't get cold in the
But
winter.
to be fair, we prefaced that conversation with, I don't want to talk about this, but pun intended.
We are trying to be relatable to the people, and sometimes people
We're
talk
losing
about their
viewers.
butts.
Let's sharpen it up. Can I talk about Andrew Johnson again?
No, we lost that train.
All right.
Do you have any other sick songs stuck in your head?
6 songs?
Sick ass songs,
Sick
like
ass
winter
songs?
songs.
Not like so. This is like a weird. It's kind of like New York relevant too. Is I really like the Strokes. I don't know if you listen to the Strokes.
Not enough. I like them when I hear
Yeah.
them. I think you've played them.
Yeah, I don't have the album. I wish I had it here. But that's like their big song is the one that's like, last night she said, oh baby I feel. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
You okay? But it's like
Should I look it up? I'll be the
You
look it
wanna
up
look it
guy
up?
from now on. Yeah.
we can't play it into the microphones though. That's
No,
my
no,
thing.
no. I would never. I just want to like see
Because
if like I recognize like the
Then
thing.
we'll violate copyrights.
I would never. I feel like we're trying to stay legit on this pod. Like
Yeah.
we don't do anything like crazy to get ourselves kicked off yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said you want to pee on every listener, so that's on you.
I did not say I want to pee on every listener.
Run the tape back. Oh, we can't. We're recording. We'll run it back, but you got to stop saying you want to piss on people, dude.
That is not how any of this went. You're like recording gaslighting me.
Dude, I'm
That's
not.
amazing. Like
This
people
is-
can like rewind.
If you're listening to this podcast, you can confirm that I have not gaslit him once. He's just in his own head gaslighting himself. I've
been gaslighting myself for years. I can't do comedy.
You gaslit me as soon as I got home today.
Maybe I'm not a stand-up.
Don't do this.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do gaslight a lot. I think it's fun.
You
I think we
gaslit
do
me
it back
today.
and forth. Yeah, when?
When I was like, you're like, you didn't tell me about the car, and I was like, yeah, I did. You gaslit me.
That was literally yesterday.
That was today.
No, I did that yesterday.
Oh my god. You did it 2 days ago, and then I gaslight both of us.
We're just both lost.
And you're like, you just said today, and I was like, no, I didn't.
What the hell just happened?
Sundown.
Yeah. So I think having a good time.
But oh no, that first Strokes album, it's like real, like perfect album, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's real jangly sounding, and for
Okay.
some reason I like to listen to it when it's like around the holidays and cold outside because it just has it's like a good winter cold listen.
Okay.
And so I've been bopping to that pretty good.
The Strokes,
Yeah,
2001, 2002.
that's probably when it came out. It's like that
Yeah.
Blue album. With like
Wild.
Yeah.
I legit thought they were like an older band. I thought they were like out in like the 70s. That's on me.
No, they were
That's
like one of
wild.
those huge like rock kind of revivals from the early aughts.
Okay.
And I think they're from New York, but they're like rich.
Okay.
They like grew up. They went to like I think one of them went to like music school, but they like went to like a really nice college and then like wanted to be in a band together. And they're all like are very talented musicians.
Nice.
But they also like they went all the way. They were like, yeah, we come from money and we went to universities, but let's do some heroin.
Okay.
So
Do they still do heroin?
probably not. They're in their like 40s or 50s. They're pushing 50 probably.
You got to cut it out eventually. Yeah. If they were after university in 2001, and then that's 23 years ago now.
Do you know what's like
So they're four. Yeah.
a weird thing about so that Conan loved that band,
Okay.
and so Conan would have them on like all the time.
All right.
They were on Conan multiple times. Like when their second or third album came out, Conan was like every night for 1 week they played a song from the album, which I don't think like really had happened before. But their drummer always wore like cool Coca-Cola shirts. That was his like thing.
Okay.
And part of the reason that like Coca-Cola shirts came back in vogue was because of the Strokes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's wild, right?
Yeah. Now everybody has like Coca-Cola Dr. Pepper t-shirts.
Yeah.
Huh.
But one of the reasons that became like a thing is because he always just found like probably being in New York vintage Coca-Cola shirts. And
That's insane.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's such a weird like
It's a nice little niche
thing, yeah.
little thing to have. Now you like go to Walmart and they're like it's
Yeah.
exploited and they're everywhere. Mm-hmm.
And also like the reason I kind of love them as a band, I know I'm talking about them too much and I'm sorry, but they did something really cool that like, you know how like in the early 2000s stuff became very produced like pop music wise? Like I feel
Yeah.
like it really got digital.
Oh yeah.
They purposely they would use the same instruments and everything that they used live on the recordings.
Okay.
And they like when they recorded the album, they tried to record it all together. And so like when they play live, it sounds like just like the album.
That's smart. Instead of doing it in different rooms and
Yeah.
putting it all together.
And like editing the shit out of it,
Yep.
it sounds like when you hear them live on
Mhm.
like Conan for the first time, you're like, oh, dude, it sounds just like the album.
That's awesome.
And
That's
like
impressive.
same equipment and everything. Like
Hmm.
they didn't have like a studio guitar and a live guitar. It was like same guitar, same amp. It ruled.
Smart.
Yeah. It's like I've always respected that, and I wish more bands did it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You think if I pour this on your record player, it'll play the records faster?
I am gonna say no. He's talking about his C4 energy drink, and it's the record player. I'm already worried about it because she got a little wet last week. When
She can take it.
the window was leaking. She could take it, but
She can take it. I got a new lighter at work. Check this out.
dude, look at you, just
No,
freaking-
it's one of the jet ones. And then it turns the color.
whoa! It turns
Right?
green.
Yeah, dude. It reminds me of like a jet taking off.
I don't like it just because what makes it green?
What's that?
What makes it green?
Oh, that's called science.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
you're
a
putting-
believer?
You're putting green on your stuff.
Yeah, because money over everything.
But what makes it green?
I don't know. Probably some kind of chemical that shouldn't, you know what I mean? That probably just gets burned up.
Let me see this.
Hypercolor.
Hypercolor? You're
That's
putting
what it
hypercolor
says.
on your fucking weed?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what it says.
Dude.
Never exposed to temperatures above 120.
Whoops.
Okay.
Well,
Don't puncture. Lame. That's it. And don't use for more than 10 seconds. Yeah, but I mean, dude, outside in like the wind and the cold,
yeah,
you need the jet.
Legit,
you had the jet lighter, and I needed one.
I
Then
have
we
a
got
jet
them at
lighter
work.
that somebody just gave me for free.
Yeah, these things fucking
yeah.
rule. Plus, like, if someone like attacks me, I can like
Light
when
them
they
on fire.
grab me, I can just. Oh, dude, someone lit the trash can on fire on Fulton Street today.
Really?
Yeah, in the subway. Everyone was like, I had like my scarf on, and I was like, oh, it smells like smoke. That's weird.
Were people huddled around it?
It was literally like right in the middle where everyone like comes down and meets from like the M, the J, all of them, and then it converges onto the F going into Manhattan. So we're all standing there, literally just smoking. And then you look, and it had 4 more minutes till like we were done. And then like some guys like getting yelled at, and then like the cops came and like threw him down, and then arrested him. And then the fire was still going. I was like, well, I guess that's like a secondary problem for them because it's like contained. It was in the trash can. But yeah, it was just some homeless or houseless, I don't know the right term, but unhoused person, and they lit the trash can on the fire. And like, I thought you could do anything in the subway. It seemed, for the past 7 or 8 months, it seemed like you could do whatever the hell you want. And I think I found that where like the cops actually step in finally is like, you can't set
an actual fire.
You can't set the station on fire. So I was like, well, you know.
You know what's crazy though?
Huh.
So I like took the J into Brooklyn, like farther into Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And when I got off, I think he may have been homeless. Got off with me, and you know how they put up like it's like 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that are like, hey, these are the train updates for this weekend.
Yeah.
Subway services stopping. That guy, as soon as we got off the train, ripped it down, and then just like lit it on fire, and just threw it on the ground.
Perfect.
And I was like, that's like. What a menace to society.
What a fucking cool guy.
Just like, oh, you want to know that the J's closed this weekend? Fuck you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
But it was one of those situations where I was like watching him do it, and then I had to walk past him and kind of forgot I was in New York, and we made eye contact, and I did that thing where I was just like looking everywhere besides his face.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, you never know.
No, yeah, I never look at people in the eye.
Yep, I hate that I made eye contact. Yeah.
Dude, I got on the subway the other day, and like we were hanging out. Couple stops, everything's cool, and like this one dude's standing there, and then like this one guy comes in just real smelly, and he's just like standing there like arms like to his side, kind of like this, but like looking around, like just too much energy for like standing around. And the one guy, like everyone could smell it, but we're all just like this, and he's just over here and looking straight. He's over here, and this guy he like starts to smell, and he looks up from his phone, and then he just turns around and looks at him and looks him in the eye, dead on,
dude.
And then he looks back at his phone, and he like starts walking towards like the front of the train. My guy follows him. I was like, you shouldn't have looked him in the eye. Dude. He goes to the other side. He's standing there like this, and then like the homeless guy just starts standing there. He starts standing there staring at him. Like nothing happened, obviously, but like he looked at him, and he like I saw it because that's where like kind of where I was looking. But he looks up. He's like, oh, something smells. Oh, it's back here. And then just the unfortunate eye contact, and then he tried to like walk away, but he wasn't having it, dude. He followed him. You gotta watch that.
Did I tell you about you were asleep last night. I didn't get to tell you about the grocery store. Did I tell you what happened?
Mm-mm.
So I pulled the receipt out. So I went grocery shopping yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
First thing that happened is when I was grocery shopping, there was a guy yelling about like, just kept being like, "Where's the sour cream?" I thought I thought he had something wrong with him, so I was like, whatever. And then like when I got like farther along in the grocery store, they came down my aisle. And he was like with a woman and walked past me. And I was like, oh, he's just like fucking hammered. He was so drunk that I thought he had a learning disorder. So that
been there before.
Yeah, but he just like really wanted sour cream. So that was one. But then two, so I went to go check out, and I put all my stuff. Like anytime I get fruit or vegetables, I like to go through like where there's a person working because I don't like looking up the zucchini or whatever. Yeah. So I'm doing that, and there's.
By the way, I always go to someone if there's an option.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the more you go self checkout, the more they're like, they're gonna use it, and then they're gonna fire another one of those nice ladies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that.
So I go to this lady, and the grocery store, when you walk in, the first thing on the left is cheese.
Yeah.
And so I went to the ideal one.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed my ball of mozzarella because I like doing tomato and mozzarella.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbed that. And then when I put my cart on the conveyor belt, the last thing I took out of my basket was the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like under my bags. And I even had because like I remember holding it and thinking like, oh, I could have just stolen this cheese and nobody would have. I could have slipped it in a bag real quick. But I was like, it's cheese. Who gives a fuck? So, but I put it on the conveyor. So I'm waiting while she's like checking me out. There's like a guy behind me that's like a fucking weirdo. And he keeps pushing my groceries and like fucking with them. And I even was like, hey man, like stop touching my shit. And then like there was like one point where he was like leaning over it and I was like, what are you like, dude? Like I like even the lady was like, sir.
Yeah.
To him. And so like
Is he disabled?
No, he was just an asshole. And so I get home last night. You go to bed and I'm like, oh, I want like a late night snack. So I'm like, I'll cut up one of those tomatoes and have like the mozzarella ball with it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude stole my mozzarella. And like I even checked the receipt. I didn't pay for it. So that means he just took it and moved it to his. He was like, I want cheese, and he moved it.
That's incredible.
And so I don't have it now. And I was like talking to Strank about it. I was like, technically he didn't steal anything from me.
No.
Because I didn't pay for it yet. So he just
paid for it. He just bought it.
Yeah. But what a wild thing to do.
Once it's in your cart, though, or it's on, that is stealing from you. I will take the other.
I was upset last night because I was like, I really wanted tomato.
That is stealing from you.
And it was just, but I didn't pay for it.
Yeah, but it was in your like vicinity. Like that is technically, like, you technically called dibs. That's like
dibs. I had dibs on it. He stole
dibs.
Yeah,
he stole dibs, and that's not good.
That's the best way to put it. Is I called shotgun and he took the front seat.
Yeah, he like okay, technically, but you know, there's rules that we follow in society. Otherwise, we're not a society no more.
It drove me nuts. Because I talked to Strank on the phone last night. I was like, who the fuck does that? And he's like, people in Brooklyn. And I was like, well, you're not wrong.
He stole your cheese.
My mozzarella ball. Yeah. But then I was doing that thing last night where I was like, did I put it like in one of the cabinets by mistake? So I don't know if you heard me out here going through everything trying to find it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't. And then I checked the receipt and was like, I didn't pay for it. He took my fucking cheese.
What a metaphor for the political system in America these days.
Fucking Joe Biden.
I think I'm just gonna start pulling that out. Like whenever like someone's like telling me something, I'm just gonna be like, "Wow, what a great metaphor for the political system in America right now." And they'll be like,
"Wow, this guy."
No, I'm not talking.
Do that during your job interviews.
Can you? Okay, I need you to try and sell me a package of cannabis.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. What a great looking question. First of all, what a great looking question.
Did you think of that yourself?
Second of all, hate it or love it.
The underdogs on top.
God.
Dude.
That song left my head for the week. I was very happy. I think I got it out on the podcast.
It's in my head, but I don't know the song, so I just keep going, hey, Joe, how's this song go?
Maybe the Windsor song will be out of your head now that you got it out on the pod. Maybe it'll come back, though.
It's out of my head, and then I get cold, and I'm like, it's cold. I'll have like a thought where I'll be like, it's pretty cold in New York, and then I'll be like, in New York.
Nice. I think Ross just sent us a message.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's actually in Brooklyn right now.
No, he's not. Shut the
He never
door.
comes out to Brooklyn.
Ross Suresh live in Brooklyn?
He does not do it.
He doesn't go to Brooklyn.
Just went shopping in Brooklyn, having an IPA. Okay. All right, cool.
That's like funny if it's not an invite. It's just him letting us know.
It's just him letting us know that he's in town.
He's having an
just
IPA.
not that. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Went to one of your bar. Dude, I went to a bar today.
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
$4.
Nice.
Not bad.
Where was it?
You take the M the other way.
Okay. Yeah.
Like 2 stops.
Dope.
Yeah. Wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
I think it was called like Old Charlie's or something weird.
Ooh.
You would have liked this bar.
Was it like a regular bar, or is it like?
Yeah.
It's like a corporate, or is it just like one?
Really.
Oh, okay.
Not Old Charlie's, like old.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
it was like
Charlie's.
Old Smithy's or something. It's got a weird name.
Okay.
I know how to get there. That's all that matters.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's an incredibly nice thing to know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hope I get a discount at the restaurant. I didn't even ask. I'm gonna look it up right now on the on the thing and on the post and see like if they say it, because that'd be really cool to get that.
Dude,
Get a little food.
Get a little disc.
Ring in some shit wrong. Get it
You're
for
making
free.
rat noises, and I'm at war with the rats right now. I'm at fucking war with the rats.
We only have a minute and 30 seconds. We don't have enough time for the war.
All you need to know about the rats is
We'll get back to it.
I'm at war with them.
We're at war with the rats.
We're at war. If you're a rat, look out, because I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Not like a person rat, like an animal. If you're
No,
a
I mean
rat,
like a person rat too.
well, if you're a rat in general, oh no.
I'm at war with snitches.
I'm at war with rats, Al Qaeda.
That is one thing. I can't imagine being a fucking snitch, dude. Just a fucking
I
dirty
can.
snitch.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, 100%. I totally can.
On all your friends? And
Oh,
like
not
your
on my
boys
not
that
your
you
friends.
grew up with?
Not
And
your friends. But if you're in like a gang and then they're like, if you want to see your wife again, you gotta tell us who sold you these drugs. I'd be like, all right.
it was Dale.
Dale.
Dale sold them to me. Do you need his last name?
Be like, yeah, like Dale's your boss. It's always been a dick to you. It's like, we need you to sell out the guy that's always been an asshole to you. It'd be like, yeah, all right.
All right. You give him like the name of the guy at your day job, not
Yeah.
like your truck job.
Dude, yeah, if you had like a shitty drug boss
Mm.
and you really liked seeing your daughter,
Yeah.
you'd sell him out.
Yeah. And like what if like his son has like better ideas for how to run the cartel?
Yeah.
So like you snitch him out, you get a new boss.
Dude.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I snitched on your dad, so that's why he's dead. And you're the boss though.
Sorry.
So promotion for me?
Sorry.
Good news, bad news. I'm the snitch.
Dude. Well, that's it.
Good episode. I had fun.
Oh, my mustache just got in the microphone. Well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in.
That's the episode.
If you made it
Thank
this
you.
far, you've made it too far. Have a good night.
We had a great time doing this one.
This is a weird one.
I loved this one.
Really?
Yeah, this one was real. I think sometimes people need real. It's not all about reels. Sometimes it's about being real. Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba, the death trap, the death trap.